Oh, it's so windy outside. Hello. I'll look over there in a second. I'm just sorting out me didgeridobs. Banana Man likes to make an entrance. Hi, folks. It's Banana Man. I'm here to totally mortify my little daughter Chloe. Oh, oh! I can hear myself. That's not good. That's better. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so. So Claudia. Can't say her name properly because I'm from England, you know. And Saoirse, I believe, and Chloe Ann there. 3 very young ladies, folks. So please watch your P's and Q's just for the first little while, and then, ladies, if you let us know when you're heading off to bed, we know when the language and the adult naughtiness can start. Okay, but just for the first half hour or so, just keep it low key. I mean, obviously they've heard swear words and stuff before, but just keep it down a little bit. I would really appreciate it. The video is set up not for kids, so I am covered that way. It's just have a little bit of respect because they are my daughter's friends. Right, so I shall say hello. I don't have an earworm this evening, folks. The owner has stuffed up her back, unfortunately, and is unable to sit out in a cold shed this evening and sit in front of her computer and do earworm. But she is out there keeping an eye on the chat for me. She does have a spanner and she can boot you off if she so wishes. She doesn't even have to tell me. She doesn't even need an excuse to boot you off. She just boot you off and that's it. Just because she's in a bad mood. If she's in a bad mood, if she stubs her toe, if she spills her vodka, sorry, her blackcurrant, she can boot you off. So I'll say hello to as many people as I can see. And I'm in charge of the thing at the moment. I would think that Leona's probably putting her boy child to bed at this time of night too. So, okay. So, hi, Rubber Banana. Hi, Zed. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Doug Polburn. Hello, Jeff. C. Just going down the list here, so bear with me. There's quite a few of you. Hi, Stace. Hi, Carol. Banana. Rubber Banana. Carol Banana. If I miss a banana, don't string me up and shoot me. We have Steve R. Hi, Steve R. We have Nick. We have... I'm going down this list as quick as I can. So if I miss anyone, I'm really sorry. It's not intentional. Richard P. Hello. I think I said Jeff, but I say hi, Jeff. Clodagh, as I said, hello. And Chloe. And how's Chloe there? How are you there? You must be linked to somebody's phone or something, Chloe, because I have the internet. Jay Garofalo, hello, how are you? Hi, Jay, upside down Australian dude. Hi, Eva Banana. Oh, this is so unprofessional and so slow. Brian, hi, Brian. Brian Laverty. Robert L, Herb, my goodness, Fenrica Steve, Leona's there now. Hi, Leona. And Leona, if I missed anyone, please say hi on my. And I didn't forget Nick and Doug. I really don't care if you're talking to him or not. That's your issue, not mine. I don't care about other people's issues. So this evening, folks, just excuse me while I slurp me Slurpee. Do you remember this guy that we started working on? It's going to be a bit whited out. Let me turn this light off. Maybe you might see it better just until we get a bit brighter. I'm in the little shed again, by the way, because the big shed's in a mess. So yes, remember this guy, Mr. Chips. Those of you that have seen the show Catchphrase, there is a little character called Mr. Chips, and we turned his outer body, and then we turned this little box that slides inside. If you remember, that is some sported beach that we made the little box inside, and it slides up inside there. So this evening we're going to make the feet and maybe the two legs that come out. And if we fly through that, because I'm only going to do the outside shape of the feet, because I'm not going to go and cut with the bandsaw and all that, because you turn the outer shape and then you cut it with the bandsaw, and that's what gives you the 2 feet. You saw me do Dusty Bin, so you know how I do the feet. So we'll just turn the outside shape. I need to just get the picture up in a second and do that. And if we do that quite quick, it's basically just the feet and then 2 dowels for the legs. If we get that done, then we might just do maybe a box or something like that and just keep going. I'm in no rush to finish this evening. I've no work tomorrow, so I can go on a bit later. And as I said, if you girls, when you do, Chloe, Ann, it's bedtime. Girls, when you do go, can you just let the chat know that you're going, that this is the 3 young ladies? Just say bye-bye and let the chat know that you're going, and then we know that we don't have to be very careful about what we're saying out of respect. Okay. Pepsi. Oh dear. Now I've just... This show is not supported by Pepsi. Okay, so I'll turn that one back on and I'll put this down here. So I do need to ask Leona, because this is going to be Leona's. She put dibs on this when I said I was going to make it. Leona, did we say we're going to colour this? It's a piece of, I believe it's ash on the outside, as far as I can remember. It's got that ash look to it. It's pretty bland. It's got that kind of dirty, stainy bit around the bottom. You know that that you get in the sporting, that dirty stain. I think we said we were going to colour the outside and... Okay, Chloe. Okay, so the girls are no colour. Okay, we're going no colour. All right, so you've got to decide on what you want your feet to be made out of then. Take a look at the picture and decide if you want a dark wood for your feet. So the 3 girls are going. Bye-bye, girls. Thank you very much for popping in. And so now you don't have to watch your language and stuff like that, folks. You can fire away, because the girls have now been warned. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Rob. How are you? Right. So I am trying to keep an eye on the chat as best I can. I've got to put this one over here on live chat. And Jay has kicked off the bad language. Oh, no, I didn't just time out, did you? Did I? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, good. Leona's handling that. Okay, I thought for a second I put Jay on timeout by mistake. I had a bit of a wee panic there. All right, so Leona, the feet. If you know what Mr. Chips looked like, if you get a picture of Mr. Chips up there, Leona, I will... Oh, God, no. Hold on, I want to get rid of that. I have Mr. Chips already in my files here somewhere. Hi Shay, how are you? Thanks for joining. Let me entertain you. I'm trying to find Mr. Oh, there he is. Okay, so I have a picture of Mr. Chips. All right, so his feet are pretty basic, really. They are yellow. His legs are yellow. He's all yellow except for the little scarf that he wears, which is blue, and then he has a red nose. So, Leona, are we going to funk this up with just like he's plain enough on the outside, right? Plain, quite plain. Now he'll look nice when we color, you know, when we put oil or whatever on him, whatever finish. So what I have is I have a bit of Babinga here. I think this is no, this is what's left of the brown ivory. Do you remember we made the snowman the other day? So we've got brown ivory that we could turn the feet from. That's that. We just have a piece of this is, I'll come back to that. I can't remember what it is. It's boring anyway. We have a piece of Masasa. We have some Melamana. We have some of this funky segmented things here that have been cut off chopping boards that Wayne Bigfoot made. See these? They're all different colours. We have that. Could have funky feet. I don't think that will really work though because we don't have much meat on it. So what do you reckon, Miss Leona? Are you actually listening to me? Should we go dark or light feet? You're not going to colour it anyway, so we're... Funky Segment was my name in school. Good man, Zed. Now you're the funky zombie. You weren't listening, were you, Leona? What? Oh my God, she wasn't listening. She wasn't listening. My earworm, that isn't my earworm, wasn't listening. Funky Zed. Night Dutch, thank you very much for joining. Sorry I didn't say, did I say hello, Dutch? Hi Mike, how are you? Right. Wait for Leona's answer. Oh, do you know what it is? I haven't got the quick answer. There we go. Dark feet, okies. Right, so we'll go for these ones then, will we? We'll go for what's left of the brown ivory. That's what we'll do. I'll get it roughly in the middle. Doesn't have to be super middle, as long as it's close. We can round it off again anyway. All right. That's about right for the feet anyway. We'll go with that size. Boobinga! Leona's chosen. Well, she hasn't really. I went with the brown ivory because it's already there. So, his feet, if you were to imagine taking a pair of shoes, for those that didn't see me doing Dusty Bin, if you were to imagine taking a pair of shoes and putting them sole to sole, That's a band, isn't it? Soul to Soul. Back to life, back to reality. So putting Soul to Soul, you would get kind of a peanut shape. And that's what we're going to aim for. She said it 3 times. Okay, I'll whisper Eva. Okay, so yes, let me just make sure I've got power to the lathe. I have directly powered my lathe to the house this evening, so we're not going through the rubbish circuit. All right, let's go. So we're just going to go peanut shape, I believe. Let me just check my picture. Yeah, he actually has much easier feet than Dusty did. Right, let's go with the crown. We're going to go with the crown roughing tool. Got that too high. Just going to round it off again. Just to take the wibble wobble out of it. I'm just using the bottom wing of the roughing gouge, straight on and slightly angled, and that's round again now. I wasn't far off with my center guess. That's nice. Okay, now I should have a gouge here somewhere if I remember to bring it in. Oh, gouge, there it is. Let me just sip my tea. It's getting very cold very quick out here. G'day, Robbo. Good morning to the Australian type fellas. Right, so we're just going to go. It doesn't matter about the points on the ends either, because we're going to be cutting straight up the center, and we're probably going to be putting a light colored sole on it, maybe. We'll see. But we're just going to go with a peanut. Let me draw it so that I've got a bit of a storyboard. So turn it off for a sec. So I want it raised there and then dropping down here. This is where the hole will be cut for his leg, and then it will drop down like that. Right, okay. They're like little boots, basically. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what the other camera's like for you. Not great at the moment, but I can move that later. We'll just go with rounding this end off to start with. I'm a bit limited for space in this little shed too. So I'm riding the bevel, getting the bevel on the workpiece, and then I'm just twisting the tool round and allowing it to form the rounded bead at the front. I'm going to do a little shear cut there because I'm very close. I don't want to go into my drive. And this is quite dense wood. It's very similar to Babinga, actually. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to come in where I put my line there, just slightly, You want to start forming like a peanut shape. And then it goes out to the toe. And this is where all the rude suggestions start. Eva starts saying about, you know, the different designs she's had in her life, and Jay gets all excited and talking about his fantasies, and it just all starts getting a bit out of hand when you start seeing a shape like this. And then the turner, the demonstrator, does this, and that just sends everybody wild. Bring my tool rest down a little bit. Now I need to round this here, because you don't want any edges on one of these, do you? Don't want any sharp edges. And then we just need to round the back off. Just like that. And again, I'm going to go with a pull cut so that I can get right in there. And a pull cut isn't straight on. You don't put your tool straight like this and pull back. That's not a pull cut. You're still riding the bevel. You're still putting your bevel. You're just turning your tool up the other way, and you're still shear scraping. See the little wispy wisps that you get coming off there? A lot of new turners seem to think that you go straight on with your pull cut, and that's not the case. Whoop! That's because my tool rest isn't quite in. I dipped it and I got a catch. You get those. And I'm using my left hand, showing off. Trying not to excite Eva too much. There we go, that got rid of that little dinky dink. You find that if you do get a little catch, you always kind of, the tool starts following it. And it's hard to get rid of it then, so you're better off just going a little deeper and getting rid of the whole thing. Now, I want to just check the proportions of this. There's a little bit of a tear out just here. You probably can't see it on the camera because it's white. It's quite washed out. I wonder, can I fix the color on this for you, folks? 1 second, the brightness. Whee! Woo! Wee! Maybe leave it alone, Steve. Yeah, we'll leave it alone. I think I need to go a bit thinner. Just a little bit thinner on the shape of it. Sorry, Eva, we're not going to have a fat, dumpy one. So we're going to follow the same shape. We're just going to take some off of the whole shape of it. So we're just making it thinner. Again, riding the bevel and just draw around the whole shape. Just take a few millimeters off the whole thing. Now I don't want to be going uphill, preferably. That's a bit difficult to say in this shed because I've got to get right over here and I've got a lot of stuff in my way. You preferably want to be going downhill with your cut. So kind of meet it there in the middle. The reason why I'm making this thinner It's because, as I said, we're going to be putting a different coloured sole on the bottom of it, either a really dark wood like the African blackwood, or something like that, and we don't want it to look like a big teddy boy boot. That's better. Sorry, I thought I heard a rumbling there. It is the lathe. Just checking. Now I want to round this end off again. I will check if there's any questions. Leona will keep them for me, I hope. And I'll catch up on them again. And I know this isn't kind of the regular night. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, that I'm going to stick to like a regular night. Because there always seems to have something coming up. So I'm going to leave myself flexible from now on, folks. I'm not going to say that I'm going to do a live on any particular night. I'm just going to jump on any night that I'm free from now on. And we'll work it that way, because it just doesn't work trying to keep the same schedule all the time. It's just very hard when you've got family life and all that. So I think I'm quite happy with that shape now. Just going to take this a bit rounder here. I'm sure all the obscene jokes have been said, and they're probably starting to pitter out now. And we're probably onto food now, or beverage of choice. Eva's probably gone for a lay down. There we go. I think I'm happy with that shape and about the right size now. I just want to check. Oh, I can hear a helicopter outside. I was wondering what the sound was. Yeah, that's about right. It's going to be two of them standing next to each other, and there will be some carving involved and a bit of shaping on the side. So, but for the basic shape, I'm good with that. And like I said, I'm not too worried about the front being quite square where the drive center is, because like I say, we're going to be cutting that halfway across there, and then I'm going to be shaping the front slightly because it kind of drops in. Hi Annie, thank you very much for the super chat. Happy almost Halloween. Just while Annie is here, folks, Annie is going to be running on, I believe it's Halloween night, isn't it, Annie? Just make sure you tell everyone. Hi Tammy. Hi David. Indiani, go and subscribe to her. She's running a kind of like a collaboration on Halloween night. I think it's Halloween, or I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've got to go back and look. And there's going to be a whole load of collaboration videos to do with Halloween, making Halloween. I think there's people baking, there's people making, there's crafts, and there's costumes and all that. And I'm going to jump on sometime in the evening. I'm going to do a live Halloween night. It might even be early hours of the morning. It depends on how it works out. And I won't be working, so it won't matter the next morning. And I'm going to do a live, and I'm going to make something Halloween-y for that event. So I'll let you know. His banana senses tingled, and he saw it. I did saw it. Right. So that's that. So I mean, I'm only going to do a rough sand on it as well, because I am going to be, as I said, there's some carving lines to be put into it, and stuff like that. And it's only a blank that I've made, a shaped blank that needs cutting. So I'll just run a couple of the sandpapers over it. I'll start with 100. I'll go with 100, and we'll just go up to, we'll go 100, 120, and then straight to 220, and we'll leave it at that, to be honest with you. And then I'll just part the little nubbly nub off the back, and that's it for the foot. That's literally it for the feet. Hope David's okay. Hi, David. Hi, David. I'm waving at the camera just in case you're having a bad day. And I hope you're doing okay, buddy. I hope things are looking up for you. I know you got a little bit of bad news, and I just hope that that all starts getting better for you. It sucks being sick. Okay, Leona, is there any questions just while I'm looking at the chat here and sanding? I'm not going to sand this stuff much. This smells, this brown ivory is literally, it smells the same as Babinga. It's got that horrible sound, smell to it. Yes, they do make grip beyond 80, but they're comfort grips, Ed. They're the sort of grips that Nick uses. They're just literally just for relaxation purposes. They don't really do anything. They just allow you to meditate for a few hours. Ah, Ruben Banana's one of them background lurkers. As long as you don't message and complain later, Ruben, I'm good with that. Like I say, we don't need super sanding on this, just to get it kind of a few of the major tool marks off. I'm, again, like I said, I've got to cut it in half, and I have got to carve out where the foot goes into the shoes, and I've got to carve a little bit of detail, kind of probably a little bit of where the stitching is, where the sole joins the shoes and stuff like that. But this is the easiest way to do it on the lathe, is you just literally turn yourself a peanut and cut it in half, just like that. Oh, Richard got a new toy. What you get? What you get, Richard? What you get? I am considering cleaning up, servicing, and selling my big lathe to a beginner. My SIP lathe, and just continuing with this little jet to start for a while. Because the big lathe's getting a lot of damage, rust-wise and things like that in the other shed at the moment, and I might just stick to turning in this little shed throughout the winter and wait till the weather gets better and sort all the sheds and stuff like that out and make decisions on which direction I'm going to go with sheds when I've got a bit of cash and capital. So I might just go with this. I've got a good few issues with the other shed, and I've just got to make that choice to whether I want to pump any more money into it, or whether come the summer, or when the weather improves, when the windy season and rain season and all that's kind of down to a minimum. It's never gone in Ireland, but and then decide whether I'm just going to knock it and start again, or buy a prefabricated thing and just get it put in. Or I am tempted to buy a 40-foot steel container. I've always fancied getting a 40-foot steel transport container, shipping container, and burying it in the garden and having an underground workshop. I have the land out there to do it. I've often thought that would be cool. It'll be warm all year round. I thought I'd gone back to 100 there for a second. This is 120. So, yeah. What did Richard get? What did Richard get? What did Richard get? I want to see, I want to see, I want to see. Ba, 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 ba. I'll go all the way back here. Oh, someone say it again. What's Richard getting? My chat stopped on the pewter. Hi Wayne. Hi Maggie. Hi Valerie. Stratos XL. Oh my word, lovely. I wish you the best of luck with it, Richard. I'm not jealous at all. No, I wish you the very, very, very best of luck with it. Lovely lathe. Hi Sandy. Yes, so this is a pair of shoes. So basically, what you do is you turn a peanut like this shape, and if you imagine a pair of shoes and you put them sole to sole and you look at them down the side, they will actually form kind of a peanut shape, and that's what this is. So what I'll do then is I'll take this to the bandsaw and I'll cut it right down the middle, cut the peanut in half, and that then gives you two shoes with flat bottoms and then the rounded tops. And then you glue another piece of darker wood on the bottom and then sand it to the same shape as the peanut peanut silhouette, or whatever that's called. And then you carve the top out here, which is where the leg goes in, and then I will make little 3D printed laces like I did with Dusty Bin. But that's how you make a pair of shoes on the lathe. So you turn a peanut, then you cut it in half, and you've got two shoes from the one peanut. That's the best way I can explain it for you. Okay, so that's that, and we're going to just go to a bit of 220, and then we're going to call that sanded. We'll just take the little nubbity nub off. Ba, ba, ba. Thanks, Steve. Makes sense. Cool. I made sense, Leonie. Did you see that? For the first time in my life, I made sense. So proud of myself. I'm still trying to think of the word that I was trying to think of. And it's annoying me. You get the... What's the outside shape of something? Hi, Alton. Thanks for joining. We're making a peanut. Now, I'm just going to do it to the 220 here. Get rid of the radial lines. For those of you that aren't wood turners and aren't sure what I mean by saying radial lines, sandpaper is cutting circular as the lathe is spinning, obviously, and my grain is running lengthways with the lathe. So when you're sanding this way, you're putting radial lines which are going around the radius of the piece, and it leaves just tiny little scratches. So if you go with the grain, then those little scratches tend to most of the time disappear. But as I said, I'm not super worried about this because I'm going to be carving it. So I'm only kind of getting rid of any really nasty ones that were in it, and there aren't any more. So now we're just going to clean that off with a bit of methylated spirit, or denatured alcohol. There you go. That's from all over the world. It's either called metho in Australia, methylated spirits in the UK, or meths in Ireland, or denatured alcohol in America. There you go. See? Cultured and everything. And what this does is it pulls any dust and wood out of the grain. This has got a very tight grain, so there won't be much in it. You can see it's pulled some out. Got a dirty towel. Give it one more wipe. Like so. I'm not going to use any abrasive paste or anything like that on it at the moment, but I will put some sanding sealer into it, and that will keep it kind of clean while it's waiting for the next process and it's lying around the shop with the rest of it. It will kind of seal the grain, and you can still carve it if you've put sanding sealer into it, but it will reduce the amount of moisture that it sucks into it while it's lying around waiting for its next stage, which could be a long time knowing me. Hopefully not. We're going to get rid of that nubbity nub in a second. This is cellulose sanding sealer. It's chestnuts, and it's neat. I haven't thinned it down at all. A lot of people kind of do a 70-30 mix on it and get the most of their product. I just haven't been asked. So that's some of that in there. Let that dry. It's a spirit-based sanding sealer, so the spirits, let the spirits be away with you, spirits. It's Halloween, we can talk about spirits. There you go, and you get kind of a look of how that's going to look, and it's quite a nice contrast to the body. So that's that. Just while that's drying, I say hello to other people. Bye, Bobby. Thank you very much for joining. Oh, you're coming back a bit later on. That's excellent. I think my chat keeps freezing. Are they Santa's boots? No, it's a little fella. This is the outside of him. I've still got to carve his facial features and stuff into it. I'm going to do a banana live this week. So bananas, let me know when the best time for you will be. I'm going to do a banana live and I'm going to carve all the features. This is Mr. Chips and it's a box. There's the inside part. And he's a character from a game show called Catchphrase in the UK. I'm not sure if there's an American version. And it's just like the mascot of the show. And he's called Mr. Chips. If you Google Mr. Chips Catchphrase, you will see what he looks like. Okay, so that's dry. I'm now going to just part off that little nubbity nub with my thin parting tool. I'm being a traitor. I'm using the Sorby thin parting tool this evening and not the crown. It's just the one I grabbed. I'm just going to get this down to roughly where I want it. And I can get it to thin enough that when the bandsaw blade cuts it in half, you won't see that nubbity nub. I don't have to go right through. That's pretty much enough there. That'll do for the shoes for now. That'll break off, just crumble off like so. I could probably take it off with my skew. That little nub. There you go. Boom. Just like that. And like I say, it doesn't matter the little bit on the front there, because when I cut that, you're not going to see it. And again, with the front, when I cut that down the front, I've still got some carving to do. As I've said 7,000 times this evening, I don't know why I keep repeating that, because I think you've got bad memories or something. Okay, so now I have some oak over here, and I think I'll just turn two dowels from these. In fact, just one dowel from this piece of oak is going to be fine, because the legs, when I cut that in half, that'll be about it. And that literally, it's just going to be two dowels, the same as dusty bin. Because if you go trying to bend the legs or anything like that and putting animation into them, you then have a problem with trying to get the piece that you've made to stand straight. And then you have to think about making a base for it so that the legs are bent, but then you have a flat base for it to sit on. And I just think it's better to sit the legs flat down on the ground, because it is a box after all. You're going to be lifting it up and down. And for the sake of just a little bit of detail, I think it's best just to go with straight legs. That's my personal opinion anyway. And there we go. And we're just going to turn this. This is not going to be exciting, this piece, I'm afraid. I am literally just going to turn this round. What have we got here? Anything in the chatty chat? Understand what you are saying. Yeah, there's no time, no rush getting better. If you're going to get better proper. And that's that. Get better proper. I've got an email. Why did I get an email? Oh, it's the Hilton in Birmingham letting me know. Oh, Zed, I didn't know you had a premiere. Sorry, man. Everybody, don't forget that Zed has a premiere. Shoot over, watch it, and then come back to me. I'll watch it later, Zed. Oh, sorry, man. I didn't know you had one on. It's all good. It's all good. Right, let's round this off and get it down to a shape that we want. Whoop. Robbo had a very good point the other night, or the other morning on his live, when he mentioned the fact that I was using these skews last week, about the orientation of them. And I had a bit of a play with them earlier, and of course he was right. But not only that, I'm feeling better. I wasn't feeling the best last week. I still had a little bit of pain in my ribs and my stomach and chest and all that, and I wasn't feeling great. I got through the live okay, but I just messing up a lot. Probably do with a bit of a sharpen. Just going to touch that edge up with the diamond. Touch the edge with the diamond. Zed's Premier, I just got it come up there just as a reminder, so I'm not sure what time it is. It said half an hour. I got the half-hour warning, but I'm not sure how long ago that was. So sorry about that. But feel free to either double watch or head over and watch Zed. He always has some interesting pieces of wood on the lathe. And it's good fun just to watch that little zombie hand sand stuff. I must make myself banana sander. "20 minutes till it starts." Thanks, Eva. That's better, huh? Yeah, hate the smell of oak. Still got to go down quite a bit. almost to the depth that I want. I might just put a bit of shape into it. Just see, I learned that little trick last week from Robbo. Don't tighten it up, back it off. Now I'm just guesstimating sizes here, folks. There's no measurements. Just trying to do a bit of a final cut here. Feels all right. Take a little bit more off this end and I'm good. That's it. I think that's about the size that I want. Pair it with the foot. Yep, that's perfect for what I want. All right, that is super shiny. Lovely cut there. I'm going to go straight to 220 on that. Just because I can. Because I'm showing off, basically. And all I'm showing off is the fact that it's a flipping awesome tool. Night Shay, thank you very much for joining. Steve. Which Steve? Steve R, is it? Night Steve, thank you very much for joining in. It's great to see you. We're going to just sand this this dowel up. I'm not going to cut it to length or anything like that. Sand it up. Sand and seal it. Bit of abrasive paste. Quick bit of finish on it. Probably a bit of oil because that's all I've got in here, I think. Yeah. And then we'll probably just turn a box or something, folks. Because the other parts, just thinking, could I maybe do the scarf? I'll have a look. I've got arms to do, but I've got carving to do on the hands. That's all carving. It's just a matter of cutting 2 squares of wood out and then carving. I'll be carving the hands out of wood on this one. Dusty Bin was done out of the HDPE, whatever it's called, the recycled plastic. There we go. Perfect. I've done that by eye. I love challenging myself to see how good my eye is. Just the one eye. I have my calipers over here, and I want to just see how good my eye is. Okay, that's that end. Oh, I'm about 1 mil out. Yeah, I'm 1 mil out from that end to that end. But we'll not tell anyone. Just no one tell the owner. Okay. Right, a little bit of sanding sealer on this. It's not that far off, Leona. 1 milliliter. Chewy! Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Looks like Steve's got an allergy to oak. My eye's off. Cheeky meh. Meh. There we go. Some nice oak legs. Let that dry up. Love the smell of that stuff. Get high. You bet it's 2 mils. Easily 2. Oh, geez, let me check. That end is 13 mil. That end is 12 mil. 1 mil. 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. Surely you're not going to fall out with me over 1 millimeter. Good Lord above. On a bicycle with no wheels and a broken pedal and a rusty chain. Right, we're going to go a little bit of abrasive paste. Looks off. Well, I'll tell you what, when I give it to you, you can take it all apart, the owner, and you can fix it, okay? It's the light, honest. The light's throwing you off. Oh, rubber bananas annoying Leona. 1 meter. Now I've just put a little bit more abrasive paste this end than that end, and it'll act as a filler. And now the legs are perfectly the same, top and bottom. Okay, Leona? All right. It's twice as thick as the last one. Oh, rubber bananas going on the naughty step. Oh, I've missed a phone call from the wonderful and one and only Miss Faye. Do I need to call you back, Miss Faye? Let me know if I need to call you back, and I will. I might have missed something in the chat. I missed something. Okay. I gotta be given out to. 1 second, folks. Apparently I've done something wrong. Let me put this in my ear so you don't have to listen to the abuse I'm about to get. Look, actually shaking now. Let me plug you in. I might go quiet for a while, folks, while I'm contemplating life after I've been given out to by my earworm. Bear with me. Ground control to Major Leona. That's nice and shiny. Hello, Miss Faye. You don't want a gammy leg? What, you're actually giving out about 1 millimeter? It really doesn't from here. It really doesn't from here. Oh well, he's going to be Mr. Chip then. He's going to have 1 leg. I'm just going to give him 1 big long leg, and he's going to be standing on 1 leg, and he's going to have 1 big long finger. Okay. Oh, you're going again now, are you? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So you give out to me and then bugger off. Right. Okay. Bye then. Bye then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. Bye. Can you believe that? She actually rang me to give out about the size of her leg. I'm mortified now. I just feel like just giving up now, to be honest with you. I feel like just throwing the towel in, and do you know what? I'm just going to put some oil on this and I'm going to turn a box. I'm not going to bother with Mr. Chips anymore. I don't know. You know, you do someone a favour, you make them a nice gift, and what do? Call you up and give out about it. It's just shocking, really, to be honest with you. So I'm just putting a little bit of mineral oil on this. Because it looks lovely. It's a nice piece of even wood. Because everybody's legs are the same size, aren't they? See you, Herb. Thanks very much for joining. So I'm just going to let that dry off a little bit. And then what I do with the mineral oil is I buff it with the cloth as if it's a finish. And I just tend to find that it gives it that nice kind of sheen. We'll just leave that for now, just to dry off a little bit, and then we'll give it a buff. Hello, Billy. Hey up, lad. Hi, Donna. Hi, Billy. Wow, lots of people in this evening. It's great to see you all. I wasn't expecting so many, being a pop-up type thing, and you know, stuff. Well, that's dried there now. I'm going to give it a bit of a buff, and then we'll take it off. And the whole thing is going to get a mineral oil finish. I just think with ornaments like this, or boxes or something like that, I did the same with Robbie's dusty bin. It's just easier. It's easier maintained because you can just, once or twice a year, you can just give it a wipe down with a little bit of mineral oil and bring it back up to kind of fresh looking again. And you're feeding the wood as well and keeping it nice and fresh so it doesn't crack and split and move. There we go. Hello. I'm happy with that. The owner's not. I am. I'm making it. And by the time she gets it, in a couple of years' time, she would have forgotten about it anyway. She forgot about Mr. Chips, to be honest with you. I reminded her about it the other day. She said, oh, yeah, that's right, Mr. Chips. So that's how much she actually does really care about Mr. Chips. It's not much at all, really. Right, let me sharpen up my my thin parting tool. Night, night, Ruben. Thank you for joining. There we go. There's a wee little nubbity nub on there. And I got a bit of a friction burn on the bottom. That doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter to me. Leona will know it's there, and she'll be having nightmares about the little burnt bit of friction burnt there that'll be hidden in his shoe, but she'll know it's there, and she'll have dreams and nightmares. And there you go. One wonky leg, and it's perfect for what is going to be needed of it. So I shall put that over here, that over here, and that over here, so I don't lose them, because I do lose stuff, you know. I'm going to put that up there on the shelf. I'm going to put that on the shelf. And I'll put him up there on the shelf. And let's just make a box or something, shall we? Should we make a little box? Should we try and make a twisted box? Let's make an oak twisted box. That might be a bit small. That'd be fine for. Maybe we'll go with. What's this? No, I won't go with that. Yeah, we'll go for a wee. We'll try and do a twisted box. I haven't done one of them for a long, long time. I need this to be shorter. Need this to. This is oak again, just because it's what I have to hand. It's the biggest kind of spindle block I have, I think. Yeah, it is. But I'm going to round this off, and then I'm going to cut it probably in half-ish. It's just over 6 inches long, so I only need like a 3 or 4 inch box. For the shorter the box, when you do a twisted box, the better. It gives more of a twist. So we'll do that for a bit of fun. Like I said, I'm in no rush. Feel free to watch Zed's live, jump in and out. You know, I'm going to be here anyway doing this, and you can jump in and out and stuff. And we'll have a bit of fun together. Let's do this then. Lift that up a little bit for you. Rough gouge. And we're just literally going to round this off. I'll give you a measurement of its diameter once I have it round. You can actually do bar the hollowing, you can pretty much do the whole of these boxes with the spindle roughing gouge, or as I commonly call it on Robbo's Live, the big spindle bowl gouge. He loves it when I call it that. That's feeling like we're about right. The owner's probably going to say that it's way bigger one end than the other. Okay, that's good. We're round. I shall give you a couple of sizes just for Leona's sake. Look, I'm a millimetre out again. It's 50 mil. It's 2 inches round, which is perfect for a wee little box. So we're going to go. We'll go with about 3.5 inches, I think, and about that, which is what 75 is 3, isn't it? We'll go. Yeah, we'll go with about 90 mil for the box, and we'll part that off. But I'm going to put a tenon on both ends first. Don't want to go too much because of the size of my chuck. So these are just guidelines. Really. That I'm going to be working to when I'm doing my. Now I'm going purely from memory here. I haven't done one of these for a long time. And the last time I gave anyone some advice on making one of these, I was quite rubbish, wasn't I, Leona? So we'll go with that. Part that off there. Do you know what? I'm going to put a 10 on the other end as well. Always do that, so I can pop it in the chop for another project. There we go. Now I want to turn this down to quite a small little nubbity nub and not right through, if I can help it, and that will help me determine my center point again, because I am going to do this between centers. That'll do there for now. Right, so now next thing is bring up my tool rest, get my pen Louis, and we're going to be using the index system on this because I want 3 equal spacings. Yes, Leona figured it out better on her own. I think we all do that pretty much. Sometimes instruction doesn't help us. So that's one line there. And I'm going to continue that around as well. And on there. And then because I'm splitting this up into 3 equal parts, I need to go around 8 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to mark that again along my tool rest. Again, mark the end, this end, and mark this tenon inside there so I can continue it around. And then we're going to go 8 clicks again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll mark out third line like so. And that should, if I go 8 clicks again, bring my first line back up to my tool rest. And if it doesn't, I've done something drastically wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there it is. Yay! I remembered something. All right. And the next thing I need to do is, if I have a marker somewhere, a dark marker. I have a black marker here, thin one. I need to mark and colour in my 2 tenons quite dark, so that I can see them at a later date. That's 1. That's 2. So, all right. That's all I need to do with that now. So I can take that off and I can break this, hopefully. Give it a bit of a twisty break. And then I've got a rough idea of where my center mark is. Again, I can round it off anyway if I need to, but I think I'm pretty good there, to be honest with you. I could actually put that in. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll put it in the chuck and find the center properly. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll put it in the chuck and find my center. Where'd I put it? Oh, there it is. I've got to take these ear plugs out because they're annoying me. And I've got to get the wood that's gone down my jumper. Genuinely don't know if he's really just making the scarf or if he's being horrible. I'm making a box. What's your name? Leona. Called you Geraldine. Oh, I nearly called you Geraldine. Geraldine is a young lady at work. Now, is that good? Yep. Let's tighten that up. Geraldine. Should not let me live that one down. Right. Okay, let me clean this nubbity nub off of here and then mark the center with my point. Why isn't that? Ah, there we go. Right, let me clean up that nubbity nub. Too high. Here we go. Get rid of this. And bring this back up. There we go. And I found my center point again. Perfect. Okie dokie. So now I've got to draw my where I put my black marker. Diddly-loo, diddly-loo, diddly-la-la-la-la-la. Do you know what? Oh, there it is. Found it. Now I'm going to mark my 3 points. One there. One there. And one there. And I'm going to be using my other live center. It's a little bit smaller and easier to get to. I want to mark in around about, probably about 10 million, which is about there. It's absolutely chucking it down outside. Right. That's good. We'll call that number 1, call that number 2, and we'll call that number 3. And now we've got to take the chuck off again, so we can take it out of the chuck. Go between centers again. Gonna have to use this one because it's the only drive I have at the moment. I don't have a smaller drive, I don't think. I don't think that will be any better. Maybe this one will be better. Yeah, we'll go with this one. And we've got to mark the other end as well. One, 2, 3. And we've got to come in 10 mil on that as well. So we're even all the way around. I'll just mark on each one, be easier. 1. Oops. 2. And I'll do 1 9 mil just for the owner. So we've got 3 10 mil and 1 9, 2 10 mil and 1 9 mil, just for the owner's OCD. And then we've got, that's number 1, that's number 2, and that's number 3. Excellent. All right. And because I don't have a bradawl or anything with me in this little shed either, we'll use the lathe just to mark the points. So we'll go 2 and 2. Just do them points, just like that. And then we'll go 1 and 1, like so. And then we'll go 3 and 3. Has anybody done one of these? I should be looking at the chat, I suppose, really, but I kind of got into my zone there. Sorry. Right, that's good. So all we've done is we've measured 10 million from the edge of our tenon that we did. That's only a guide to where the edge of each cove we're going to do is. And then we've gone in 10 mil from the edge of our tenon, and then we've done our indexing system 3 equal parts, and number 3 matches 3, 1 matches 1, and 2 matches 2. And what we're going to start off with is we're going to go number 1 headstock to number 2 tailstock. Bring that in a bit. And I shall change the camera, don't worry. To there. So there you go. So you're at number 1 on the headstock, number 2. So you've twisted it in theory. And what we do now is, now I've got to be careful because really I should have a smaller drive center in this end, because I'm just coming past my danger zone there. This one's okay. That's why I measured 10 mil in. So the edge of my drive center isn't, sorry, my live center isn't coming over the edge, but my drive is. But I just have to keep a watch on that. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down to my tenons, both ends while this is spinning. And then I'm going to form a cove in the middle. Now I need to set my tool rest up in a position where I'm not going to be moving it again. And I'll explain why that is in a second. And I want it as square as I can get it to the bed. Don't want it hitting anything. That's pretty good, I think. We'll go with that. All right, we'll see how that looks. Just make sure that I've tightened all that down. That's good. Let's see how that spins. Wow, that's a noisy drive center. I got some, I think I've got some WD-40 here somewhere that I can put into it, or some WD-40 here. I'm just going to squirt into that drive. Nice and noisy one. Might just have to put up with the noise, folks. Sorry. It's one of them cheap Chinese jobbies. Yeah, you'll have to put up with the noise. Sorry. And I'm just going to use, again, I'm going to use my roughing gouge. And I'm just going to bring it down to my tenon this end. See how, ooh, yeah, just touching it. May have gone just a tiny little bit too much, but we're good. And the same here as well. That's us. All right, so now I've just brought it down to where my guide tenon is on both ends. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn a cove. So I'm going to go from one side to the middle and from the other side to the middle, and just put a little bit of a cove into it. First one is completely up to you how far in you go. Come from the other side then to the middle. And just take a look at that. And you can see that that's twisted already. See, like a slight twist. I've still got to come in a little bit more, small bit more of a cove. coming into it. A bit more speed in. Okay, I think I'm good with that. See how that looks. So there you go. A nice good twist in that. And now this is where it's important not to move your tool rest. You make sure that your tool rest is tightened down and you don't move it at all. Because what I need to do is I need to get my calipers. And I need to find the center of my box. And I'll take the distance of the center of my cove to the edge of my tool rest. And what we want to do is we want to go in the same amount on each side. So now that's set. Just got to remember around about 22.5 mil from the edge of my tool rest. It's probably 22 actually. Yeah, 22 mil in from the edge of my tool rest. If I remember that, I'll be good. So that's my first one done. I can give that a bit of a sand now. Hand sanding, I'm afraid, because I don't have my drill. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to go too mad with this. And it's the sort of thing you can sand afterwards anyway. I've got quite a good cut on that. Quite happy with it anyway. Do you know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. So now we're going to go with 1 on the headstock. We're going to go 2 on the headstock now. So we're going to go to 2 on the headstock. And we're going to go 3 on the tailstock. And if our measurements are right, we still shouldn't hit our tool rest and we shouldn't have to move it. No, we're all good there. Hitting nothing. Lock everything down nice and tight. And then we go again and we turn down to our tenon both ends and then form our cove down to 22 mil in the center. I'll go with that again. So I make sure that I'm getting it round about the same as the last one. Yep, that's the same. Tell you what, it's a lot easier explaining how to do it when you're actually doing it rather than just trying to tell someone how to do it. All right, that's it. I've gone a little bit too much on that one. But hey, for demonstration purposes, and it's the first one I've done for a while. Okay, and now we're going to form our cove again to the middle. And we don't want to go any more than our 22 mil in the middle, if we can help it. Nice even cove. Now we'll see where we are with that. Almost there, just a tiny little bit more. That's good. We've got a nice curve there. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera great, but got a nice little curve there. Bit of a ridge there I just want to get rid of, and then we're good. That's it. Excellent. Just a quick sandy sand with that. I'm not looking at the chat. I should be looking at the chat. I'll have a look in a second, folks. And you don't want to hold this and sand like this with it spinning, because it knocks the edges off of your spiral, of your twist, and you don't get as defined look to it. Okay, back out again, and we're going to go 3 headstock and back to number 1 on the tail. Tighten that down, and I should just check the chat. Rob, is it best to use the 4-prong center over a steb center? No, steb center is much better. Rob, you need a really small, for doing this, small boxes and stuff, you want as smaller drive as possible and as small a live as possible, because you are coming quite close to hitting it when you're turning it. I'm very aware that I'm quite close to it, so the smaller the better. Get it out the way and you get a better grip. I'm chancing it a bit on this, but I think we'll be good. Okay, and now it's just repeat, turn our edges down to our tenon and then our 22mm cove. You can use a spindle gouge for doing this, no problem at all. I just find it that when I do this, I tend to just grab my roughing gouge. As long as it's quite sharp, you'll get a nice cut. Oh, gone a bit too far again, but that's all right. All right, and now we're going to take our cove out the middle. Robbo's probably done 1,000,000 of these. Maybe not, being a production turner, maybe hasn't had any cause to turn. a million of these. Okay, check our 22mm again. Yep, almost there. Just a tiny bit to go on the cove. Just to tidy up really on the edge again as before. How's that? There we go. That's pretty good. It's a nice twisted box. We've got 4 pretty even wings sticking up. I think I'm happy with that. I'll give that a quick sandy sand. There we go. That's enough of a sand for that for now. And then we're going to put it back into our center. Like so. And we can turn a new tenon on it that can go into the chuck, and we can put it into the chuck, and we can hollow it. Hi Lenny, how are you, bud? Hand sanding. Yep, steb grip's better for this type of work. Exactly, Robbo. Yep, I agree. I don't know how up to date this chat is. I have to keep refreshing it for some reason. It's not keeping up. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Lenny. Yeah, good form. Feeling much better than I was a couple of weeks ago. Bit of a pants couple of weeks, but I'm getting back to it. So that's the twist anyway. Now we're going to put a tenon on it. Want a nice good hold on it, so I want to put relatively small tenon. So I'm going to set this now. We should be able to get, yeah. Just wanted to make sure I could get a whole tenon into this. There we go. There. A little bit more. A little bit more. Now, that's a good one. That'll hold. I just want to get my skewer in there and clean that corner in there. Okay. Now we'll put it in our chuck. Chuck a chuck, chuck, chuck a chuck a chuck. Norris! Any questions so far, folks? Fire away now. Robbo is there. And Leona is there to answer any questions. Actually, Leona, do you have the power to make Robbo a moderator? If you can, I wouldn't mind Robbo being a moderator if he doesn't mind, because he can answer the questions whenever he's here. And if he finds any links that, you know, for subjects that are being spoken about, it'd be great if he could throw them in then. And yourself, obviously, but when you're not there. Oh, only I can do that, can I? Let me see if I can do it. Robbo. It may be best for Robbo. I asked ProTurner if you can use a parting tool on a bowl blank. He said no, but I've seen other pros doing it. Depends on what you're using it for. Here you go, Robbo. You should have a spanner now. I've used a parting tool on a bowl. Robbo says he wouldn't use one. I've only used a parting tool on a bowl to do detail work, or if I've had a bowl blank, I've used it to cut rings, cut a ring off of it that I use later on as an accent ring on a bigger bowl. But that's all I'd really use it for. But pants just knocked my camera down. But I'm a big believer in, if you're using a tool safely and it's doing the job, I use any tool that I can get to work for me. Right, did I tighten that up while I was talking? I did. Let's clean this up and hollow it out. Stuck in, put my tailstock down here. Hey, Mr. Steve C. How the devil are you? Right. That looks as if it's a little bit off, but I think we'll get away with it. Too high. Let me change the camera for you folks so you can actually see what the hell's going on. Move it over here maybe. Oh, sorry. I just dropped you all on your heads. I've got a right Mickey Mouse outfit here this evening, I'll tell you. A right Mickey Mouse setup. Sorry about that. think my gouge may need a bit of a sharpen. I'm only cleaning the front up, and then I'm gonna drill this. Just getting rid of that tenon off the front. I'll run the card over this, I think. Gonna drill it on the skew. Drill it with the skew or drill it on the skew? Let's face it, it was always going to be off by at least a millimetre this evening, wasn't it? I'm just touching up my gouge with the diamond card. That's all I have for straightening. Night night, Leona. Thank you very much. I'll chat to you soon. Go see how that is cleaned up. That's a nice wee triangle on the top. Still got to just take a little tiny bit more off, and then we're good. Just off the top edge. That's good. Okie dokie. Let's drill it and see. I need to be getting up to some shenanigans at midnight. Robbo, did you get a spanner? Did I give you a spanner? Did it work? Yes, it did. Cool. All right. You probably didn't even want a bloody spanner, but oh well, you've got one now. Me old kangaroo. Right. Jacob's chuck in. What bit should I go with? I think I'll go with the slightly smaller one of them all. Not that it's super small. And then we'll go bigger as we go. if this works. Right, let me zip my jacket up again so I've got no loose ends. Right. This is probably going to be not quite in the center, but it's all right. Good. Now, before I carry on, I need to just put my little black mark to how deep I'm going to go with this drill bit. I want to go to about 70 mil. So, roughly about there. Sorry if I'm missing any chat, folks. That's the only thing when you don't have an earworm in your ear. Don't go all the way in when you're using a drill bit like this. Always back it off and let the shavings come out. Otherwise it can bind up on you and get stuck. Now this drill bit's pretty good at throwing the bits out, but still, you still get a build up. Might squeak, folks, sorry. All right, we'll go to about there. That's good. You can see that's getting dark brown, black, where it's starting to burn and chafe and get caught there. Right, we'll put a slightly bigger drill bit in now. Open that up a little bit. We'll go with this size. I think, yeah. Mark my 70 mil again, even though this should stop pretty much when it gets bottomed out. Nice and gently in. You always get that kind of vibration sound. My chuck's a good distance off of the headstock. You don't have to back this one up as much as the first one because you're only taking a small bit off the edge. Always support your Jacob's chuck as well. Keep a light grip on it so you can feel that it's going to start binding and twisting, and you can shut the machine off. Go. Clean any swarf out of there. It's nice and clean. I think we'll go up one more size. Actually, do you know what? We might just excuse me. Is that the next one? Yeah, that's the next one. We might just work our way up to the biggest one I have, and then we'll go from there. I do have Forstner bits. I just didn't. This is what I've got in here, and these are pretty good. They're brand new. They're nice and sharp. So again, just gingerly start it off. You'll get vibration to start with, and then just advance it in nice and easy. Just bringing this one in until it stops at the bottom, like that. I'll go up again. I think we've only one more size after this. Yep, going to our biggest one now. Oh, sorry about the camera moving. I keep forgetting the leads there. All right, nice gently. This is the one that's going to bite, because it's quite a bit bigger. So I'm just going to go in nice and gently. Once it starts cutting in, should be fine. There we go. Don't bring your quill out too much on your tailstock, because it can flex a little bit depending on your lathe. Gonna get a squeak here, sorry folks, not for long. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'll get rid of the tailstock again. We're not too bad, we're a little bit off, but I can live with that. Right, let's clean the rest of that out. I'm going to do it with a skew. It's entirely up to you what you use. It's only a small box. What skew do I have? A wee little 1/4 inch one. Any questions? The Wood says, no, Steve. I'm still jet lagged from last week. Was working till midnight and going to bed at 4 a.m. Now I'm up at 5 a.m. for work at 6 a.m. Shifts all over the place. That sucks. Check the wall thickness at the center. Yes. Very true, Robbo. Yeah, I've still got a good bit. Still got a good bit. Yeah, I'm still good. On one side anyway. Like I say, I'm slightly off. So I've still got a little bit to play with. Thank you. Now, because I've got a lot of overhang on that skew, that's why you're getting that sound. I think I'm going to actually use this new one and see how we get on with that. I'll be really ginger and careful at the bottom. Yeah, not going to use that one because I haven't got a straight edge to go by. Turn off and see how we are at the bottom. Oh yeah, I've almost got it actually. It's not far off. It's pretty good there. Just got to clean the bottom up just a wee little bit more. Just where the drill bits, you know, goes in, has the point. I'll just clean that up a little bit. Best tool for that is, I've got my bigger skew here. I think I'll go in with that one. I won't get as much vibration. I'm very tight for room in here, and I know it's dark, guys. I'm sorry about that. More speed. Doing this all by feel. I can't see inside there, so I'm just bringing the bottom down. I've never been confident with my gouge in the bottom of boxes, and I don't have the hope. Don't think I have the hope hollower here. No, I don't. Do I? No, I don't. I'm going by sound and feel. Felt about right. Have another look in there. Yeah, just a tiny little bump I've got there just to get rid of now, and it's good. I can feel Robbo shouting at me behind me on the computer. There you go. That's a little kick you get when you know you've got rid of the ridge. All right, that's pretty good. Just got I have my little round nose scraper here. I'm going to get that right down the bottom there. It's a tiny little nubbity nub. Again, have to be very careful with the scraper because there's a lot of overhang in here. Lovely, that got it. Now I've got my handle of my scraper lifted and my cutting edge going down at a slight angle and meeting the center of the piece. I'm not going straight in, I've got the handle slightly lifted, and you get a much lesser aggressive cut that way, and it's more controlled, and that's perfect. I can feel that's nice and smooth in the bottom there now, so that's good. I'm happy with that. So now all I've got to do is I've got to just to put a little rebate in the end here, just for some kind of a lid. I just use my quarter skew, I think, to do that. That's up to you how much you want it to go in. I always like to kind of have a few mil of it holding in there. Now I just want to check this front edge, see does it need cleaning. Right, we're perfect there for a lid. And now, how are we for square on that? I need to just square up the front of that just a little bit with the bigger skew, and I think we're good then. Now you can turn a triangular lid with these, but you have to do it and then part it off. Obviously I'm not doing it with this. I've got just a little bump there that I just need to clean off. Perfect. I got it. Yeah, you can put you can do a triangle lid for this. I'm just going to do like a little insert button lid, little cove, and it'll be fine. Work out where I'm going to part this off. It's going to be around about there. All right, let me change cameras. Boop. And we'll part this little box off. You could sand the inside. I've got it pretty smooth in there, good enough for what it's going to be used for. One of the kids will probably take this. And do you know what? I'm not going to use that. I'll use a smaller. It's always best to put. Sometimes you can get lazy and leave your bigger tool rest in there, and these are only made of cast iron. If you have that overhanging and you put your tool there, there's a good chance you're going to break your tool rest. So you want to be as close to the center pillar of your tool rest all the time with your tool, if possible. And we're just going to part that off. I won't do the lid tonight, folks. I shall just part that off and show you what it looks like. Get it to that point and thin one in there. Now obviously you can't hold this one, so get your nubbity nub down to a size where you can cut it with a saw or with a knife. I'm just going to cut mine with a knife. There you go. Wee nubbity nub there that just needs to come off. And a wee sandy sand. And that's how you do a wee little tri-sided twisted box I'll not worry too much about getting that sanded down now, but you know the deal. I can put my little drill sander into the lathe and sand that nubbity nub off, but that'll sit because I put a little relief cut on the bottom, and I'll get a little domed lid put into there, a wee little finial, and there you go. It's a nice little twisted box, nice and clean on the inside, and that'll do for a little pill box or something like that inside. But it's nice, and you can put oil into it and you can sand it as much as you want. I got quite a good finish, excuse me, off the tool, and it came up quite well. Let me zoom out a bit on that. So there you go, folks. One little twisty box. They are fun. I'll turn a little lid for that and probably give it either to the mother-in-law, or I'll keep it myself just to keep the either headache tablets or something like that in. You know, it's just when you're feeling a bit woo and you reach for the pot, you think, oh, my migraine's a lot worse than I thought it was. There you go, folks. Great. I always like it when you learn something new. Let me just clean my goggles because I can't see a damn thing. Robbo, have you? I know I asked the question, but I didn't see the answer. Have you turned many of those? Yeah, Valium. Have you turned many of those, Robbo? Do you do much off-centered stuff? I know you do with chair legs and stuff like that, but do you do wee little boxes and stuff like that? There you go, Eva. It's a little box, twisty. They're really fun. They're much better when they're short like this. You get more of an exaggerated twist on it. The longer you go with it, the less twist you get in it, if that makes sense, because you can't get in as deep. Now, if it was a wider piece and it was dumpy, short, you get a really good exaggerated twist in it too. But they are fun. They're a lot of fun. I thought you were calling me love there, Zed. I was going to say, oh, hi, love. Hiya, love. You've done a lot of off-center stuff. Cool. Yeah, just because you wanted to try it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how long I've been running. Probably much too long. Oh, 2.5 hours. That's not too bad, I suppose. Not too bad considering we did the feet for Mr. Chips. I've just got to cut that in half and play with that. We'll do that on another live. We did his dowel legs that are 1mm off and driving Leona mental, and we did the little twisted triaxis box. It's triangular on the bottom. Like I said, that nubbity nub's got to be sanded off, but it's a nice triangular shape with a twist. Question, can I recommend a parting tool? Yes. I recommend this parting tool just here for sale on my website. Zed, to be honest with you, they're all just as good as each other. Hold on, can't find the parting tool. I've got the smaller parting tool here, I think. Where is the parting tool? The parting tool, the parting tool. Maybe I haven't got the parting tool out here. Oh, that's the small part. That's the thin parting tool. I'll show you that one. And then I'm not sure if I've got the actual, oh, there it is. That's the 3/8 parting, crown parting tool there. I would suggest a diamond parting tool. At the moment, I own, this is just your traditional parting tool. The difference is this is the crown diamond parting tool. It's slightly bigger than this one. Depends on what size stuff you're doing, Zed. Now the difference with the diamond parting tool and the traditional parting tool, I'll show you the end of this. Don't want to take it right out because this got to be sold. As you can see, that's the same size all the way down there. So when you're cutting, you need to cut a relief, otherwise it can bind up. Whereas the diamond parting tool, I don't agree, to be honest with you. I still cut a relief with the diamond. The diamond parting tool is designed that it's wider at the front edge here, and as you go in, you don't have to cut a relief. I always cut a relief just purely for safety, because these can still snag. I don't know if Robbo agrees, but the diamond parting tools still do snag. You can see the rub marks on the edge of the diamond part of it, that you still get a snag. So that's your normal parting tools. Size depends on what kind of stuff you're going to be. Size depends. I've got to put these back on the shelf in a minute. I took all these down to do the inventory on them. And then this is the thin. This is the crown thin parting tool. A lot of people make these themselves. It's just a pretty parting tool. And again, you have to cut a relief cut when you use that. It's the same size all the way through. Good strong Sheffield steel. Yeah, you have to cut a relief. I agree, Robbo. You have to cut a relief cut anyway. You do get some people, maybe not as experienced, saying that with the diamond parting tool, you don't have to cut a relief. I've heard demonstrators and other people saying with the diamond parting tool, you don't have to cut a relief. I don't agree. As soon as you're parting off and this piece of wood is getting thin that you're parting off, and you've got another piece of wood just here that you're parting it from, this is going to flex slightly. It's going to start doing this. I'm exaggerating it, but it does do that. And as it's doing this, when your parting tool is in here, it's going to come up and it's going to grip your tool, and it's going to boom, it's going to rip it off. And that's when you end up with the center of the nubbity nub being ripped out. And sometimes it'll actually rip the bottom out of any box or piece of spindle work you're doing. Can be dangerous. And because it's spinning and it grabs, it tends to lift the piece and throw it up at you as well. I know that because when I was learning, I did it. I never used to use the parting tool correctly. It's not just a parting tool. It's known as a parting beading tool too, because you can use it for detail work for beads and stuff like that. So it's not just a parting tool. It can be used for a detail tool as well. Night, Lenny. Thank you very much. See you, Bailey. Bailey, I saw your comment on my last video about the left hand swapping hands with turning. Thank you for the comment. I will reply to it. But yes, most experienced turners will push themselves to use both hands, because especially in a situation like this where I'm in a tight space, you get used to using both hands. I've always been lucky in life and using tools that I've always been ambidextrous and been able to use both hands anyway. My dad taught me to use both hands with drills and all sorts, because you have to. Sometimes when you're in tight spaces on the building sites, you have to use your left hand. So I will reply to that, Bailey. Thank you. Robbo ain't so forgiving in using the wrong tools. No, Steve, different tools. Are you talking about the beading parting tools? The first one I showed is a beading parting tool. Yeah, that first one I showed. Sorry, I didn't mean, I held this one up, did I? That's a diamond tool, a diamond parting tool. The first one I held up there, sorry, I don't know where I put it. This is a beading parting tool. Where did I put it? There it is. This is a beading parting tool. This is advertised as a beading parting tool. Not the not that that's a diamond. That is a parting tool, but you can use it for other stuff. I mean, you know, there's no rules with tools really. I mean, unless you're Robbo, and then he whoops your ass. But this can be used for detailing and beading too, because it's a straight. And then there's bidan parting tools as well, which are wider. They're much wider but narrower, almost like a thick skew is the best way to describe them. A bidan. Yes, 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 Billy. I agree. The 1/4 inch wide flat. Yes, exactly. That's actually a 3/8 parting tool, beading parting tool. So that's it. If there's no more questions, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you dropping in. I know it was kind of a pop-up live. I might do another live Thursday. I am going to do a carving live for the bananas. So if you are a banana, the bidan tool is actually trapezoid shape. Yes, yes. I did have a bit. There's actually round bidan tools as well, is there not? Am I right in thinking that? Am I right in thinking that? Isn't there a round bidan tool as well, where it's around? They're round and then just literally cut off at 45 at the end, or is that a different? What's that tool? I've actually got one of those, Robbo, and I don't know the name of it, and I've never seen anyone using it. So if you actually have got one of those tools, could you show me what it's for? It's literally like 1/4 inch round, and it's cut off at 45 degrees. It's like a round skew, for the want of a. That is a round skew, is it? But it's completely round. I'm not talking. I'm not talking oval, like an oval skew. This is actually a round bar cut off at the end. Scoochy gouge, Steve. 1 second, I'll go and grab it. I'll show you it. It goes into my handle. That's it there. Really sharp. Is it a detailing tool? I wonder. Yeah, it's a fluteless gouge, is it? It came in a set. I was given a set by Crown. I've got a handle, and you put all these bits into it. And I suppose really I should try it, but I've never wondered what you would use it for, other than maybe doing a cove. But I suppose you could use it in a skew type way, because that's all cutting edge. Right round to there, it's all cutting edge. Richard Banana was given a couple of them, could never figure what to do with it. Called Scoochy Gouges. Okay, I'll look that up. Yeah, that's my horseshoe. That was dug up on the land here, and it's our good luck. In Ireland, we put them up the way so they can catch the good luck. A lot of people put them the other way up. I don't know why. I thought it was bad luck to have them down. It does neither job well. Night, Chris. Thank you very much for joining. I probably didn't say hello to you, Chris, but hi, Chris. Bye, Chris. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks, Jeff. Or the luck falls out. Yeah, that's what I thought, Eva. That's how we do it in Ireland anyway. I dug that up when the house was being built. That is worldwide about luck. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, well, do you know what I might do is next time I live, I might try this and see what we can do with it, just for the fun of it. I can see it being used both ways. Because it's sharp both ways. You could use it sideways too as a detailing tool. I'd say it's probably quite a good detailing tool. But I'll try it another day. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back probably Thursday. I don't know yet. Like I say, I'm not going to give any definite times now or days. I'm just going to jump on when I feel like it. I'm off for the next couple of weeks anyway, so I'll be jumping in and out. And don't forget, Halloween night, we're going to be doing, I think Billy's part of it. I'm not sure. He's just done a collaboration with Annie, to be honest with you. So yeah, yes, Halloween. Going to do a live and have a bit of fun. We'll have a spooky night. I might have set up all the green screen and all that, and we'll have some fun in the creator van. We might do that. All right, guys. Thanks a million. I'll see you all. I'm gonna say goodbye to you all now. All right, guys and girls. Thanks so much. I will see you all again very soon. Bye. What are we? I don't have a forking banana here. Yeah, I do. What are we? We're forking bananas. Just ordered new stickers, by the way. If you want one, let me know and I'll send some. See you guys. Bye.